Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, inside the StreamYard studios today, and it is your boy Jake representing the Fighting Now here, and I am so very excited because we have the one, the only Miss Laurynn Garcia, who's going to be joining me here in just a few short moments. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a few announcements here and there, so let's go ahead and get things started. So don't forget, this coming Friday, Jackie Macklin is going to be joining me at 11 p.m. this coming Friday. And, of course, Luby Mateo is going to be joining me this Saturday at noon. And, of course, just as announced on Instagram, Brawling Babes with Brittany is going to be joining me this coming Tuesday at noon. And, of course, I know she's getting ready to get a chance to interview Miss Laurynn Garcia. So, yet, I know we are running a little bit of time here and there, but yet, let's not waste any time. Help me welcome back inside the StreamYards for the second time, Miss Iron Butterfly herself, Miss Laurynn Garcia.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, girl?
That's great. I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing good. Welcome back inside the StreamYard Studios again. How you been?
I'm glad to be back. I'm good. Busy training, the mom stuff. So, same thing all the time.
Hey, same thing as usual. I mean, the mom stuff as well. And the crazy thing is, the last time we got a chance to talk to you, the day of your Valkyrie Fighting Championship fight was announced, and since then, so much has happened since then, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, there's just so much that's changed. I don't even know where to start.
Hey, well, let's go ahead and get things started. So, before we do get started when it comes to the Valkyrie Fighting Championship, you pretty much have done a lot of training and, of course, a lot of stuff at XL. So, how have things been going at XL?
Since my last fight, things have been going pretty well. After my fight, kind of took a break from focusing all on myself to kind of get back into the coaching mode. So I've been teaching my classes a lot more lately, and just kind of enjoying that. But I'm also in the process of, doing more jiu-jitsu right now, especially, kind of working up towards my black belt in jiu-jitsu. So that's kind of exciting. I've been in jiu-jitsu for a long time, I would say. So that's basically what's in the works as of right now, other than more fighting coming up, hopefully. So.
Yeah, and we'll get just talk about that fight later on. But talking about your jiu-jitsu, I mean, you're currently a brown belt. How has jiu-jitsu been going for you?
Pretty good. Especially since like my last fight, I learned a lot about my own self in jiu-jitsu and where my strengths are and where my weaknesses are. So I've been really working on those weaknesses since the last time. And I think my jiu-jitsu has really evolved since then. It's just in the past year, I feel like. And it's evolving, it's getting better, and I'm actually ready to showcase it both in jiu-jitsu competitions and in the cage. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, and watching your last fight at Valkyrie Fighting Championship, your jiu-jitsu showed in this fight, and it has really been tremendous and phenomenal. And so, and speaking of Valkyrie Fighting Championship, real quick, I did get a chance to talk to Libby earlier, and she wanted me to tell you that she is proud of you. She is proud of the fighter you become, and she wishes you the best of luck come November 11th. Which, for anyone who doesn't know, Lauren's got a 155-pound title fight at Epic Fighting, her second title fight this year. I mean, talk about how aesthetic that is. I mean, just 2 days prior when it's announced, here you are. You already got two interviews already today, and of course, I understand you're doing the interview with Brawling Babes with Brittany. You got so much on your plate, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so busy with stuff now. It's crazy. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about this upcoming fight. This actually is my normal weight class anyway, and personally, I feel like I probably should have already gotten a belt at some point for the 155 title, but I just kind of let things go, kind of let things flow and kind of see where things go. That didn't really sound right, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, my opportunity at 145 didn't go as planned, but I had a really good experience with it, and just kind of moving on from there. That's in the past, and this is the future of what could be the next 155 title. So.
Hey, can't wait for that November 11th. So if you guys want to get a chance to check that out, make sure you guys head on over to Epic Fighting on Instagram. I know they have two fights, your fight, and of course, I think 125 or 145 pound. I could be mistakenly wrong, but make sure you guys check out Epic Fighting for all the information because this is going to be a huge night for you, a huge night for everyone that's going to be a part of it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so, the one thing I definitely do admire is, and this is something I never really got a chance to talk to you about, is that you've made a lot of friends ever since you started fighting. You made a lot of friends with Madam Wade. Of course, you made a lot of friends with Libby. But there's one friendship that I really do admire, and that is your friendship with Tasha Cleveland, which shout out to her, by the way. You yes, Miss Tasha Cleveland. I have to ask about this because, if you guys follow Lauren at Instagram at iron underscore, sorry, iron, no, at Iron Butterfly.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm getting the jitters, but either way, though, if you guys get a chance to check this out, you guys will understand that her and Tasha, they pretty much go to the beach together, they train together, and they help prepare each other for their individual fights. So, talk about your friendship with Tasha Cleveland.
So our friendship actually started on Instagram through, I think it was either your page or through one of the other MMA pages for females. She like messaged me one day, commented on a picture, and we just kind of kept touch a lot. We pretty much talk every day. And then I met her in the beginning of this year, and since then, we just kind of hang out. We'll talk fighting, and it's kind of funny though because obviously, if you look at us, we're like polar opposites. She's very short, and I'm very tall, but our styles are almost kind of the same in a way. But I love Tasha to death. She is my homie, my little lady friend. Love her to death.
Hey, and shout out to her because she just won some gold back at Extreme Fight Nation. Shout out to her and congratulations on to Tasha Cleveland. She's even killing it right now in Jiu-Jitsu as well. I think she just won a belt, didn't she?
She just won a belt at Naga and a first place in one for other divisions. And then I know she compete. She's been like competing the past 3 weekends, which is, I wish I could do that. I'm kind of jealous of her, but kudos to her for doing that. I'm always proud of her, and she knows it. If you're watching this, Tasha, you know I'm proud of
Hey, and not only that, but I think myself and many others are really proud of her. And by the way, if you guys get a chance to, make sure you guys go over to Lauren's Instagram page and go and please get a chance to follow her and get a chance to follow Tasha as well, because I know you guys will pretty much tag each other in post. So if you guys see a picture of her and Tasha, go give Tasha a follow. She's incredible, amazing human being. Hopefully, we get a chance to have her for the StreamYards for an interview here soon.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much, the last time we talked was, back, I think it was around back maybe May, back around somewhere around there. But then all of a sudden, once when the interview was over, that's when your big fight at Valkyrie Fighting Championship was announced on June 25th. And I gotta tell you, if you guys have not got a chance to see everything that she went through to be prepared, you guys did a video to hype it up. You guys have done so much to be prepared for a huge epic night. This was, I think it was Valkyrie Fighting Championship's first ever event, and you
Mhm.
guys killed it in the main event. Talk about your experience with the fight against Kina, and of course, talk about the experience that you've had with Valkyrie in general.
So this being Valkyrie's first event, it was great. And what was cool is it was the outdoor venue. I've never fought outdoors. Um, the venue's cool. Kiana, gotta give her some credit, man. She's a badass. She threw some tough punches, and I really like too that she's also a grappler. So getting on the ground with her and scrapping a little bit, was kind of like it was fun. It was a fun challenge. I never really publicly got to congratulate her, but she's watching this or sees it later on. Congrats, she was a really tough opponent. Definitely, I think my toughest to date by far.
Yeah, and not only that, but like, of course, whenever you guys had this fight, I got a message from her, and I think I was at work, and I said, "Hey, what's your address?" I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I remember getting an autograph of both you and Kina. Y'all sent me.
The poster, yes.
Yes, I, it is right over. It is right over there above my Funko Pops. I have it in a very special place, and people are like, "Wait, what's this poster of?" I'm like, "That's two of my best friends fighting each other." And they're like, "Wait, two of your best friends fight each other?" I'm like, yeah, if you understand the story, yeah, like pretty much two of my best friends fought. they kicked ass, and I got their autographs. So thank you for that.
No, it was funny too because she was like, "Hey, we need to sign this for Jake." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then so we were signing it, and then all of a sudden the promoters or whatever at Valkyrie were like, "Oh, you need to sign all these other posters." So we spent a good, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes just signing like, the same size poster you got plus mini posters plus VIP passes. I mean, by the point of like I was done writing, my hand was bothering me. But it
Hey,
was fun. But it was just like I was like, oh, sign a poster, pass it, sign a poster, pass it, pass it, pass it. It was fun though. It was fun. Just that was a lot of writing probably the most writing I've ever done, probably more so than in school.
I will tell you this though, blame it on Jake because I was the one that ended up getting the autographs and pretty much started everything. And what was so funny was I remember talking to Libby and Valkyrie, and they're like, "Wait, you got a poster of one of our events?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Wait, how?" I'm like, "Oh, Kenna just sent me an autograph of both her and Lauren, of course, a couple of other girls that signed it." And so like, okay, okay. But I did get a chance to talk to Libby, and I gotta tell you guys this though. If you guys go to Lauren's Instagram, there's a picture of you and Libby. Taking the picture, I think that was like the last epic event that
Yeah.
happened. And of course, she's been doing so incredible. She's the one behind Valkyrie Fighting Championship. She's the one that has been doing phenomenal as not only as someone who understands from a fighter's perspective, but from a owner's perspective. So talk about your relationship with Libby and how much she means to you in so many ways.
I kind of met her. I talked to her more when it comes to like the fighting and stuff. I met her at when Kiana and I were doing the like photo shoot thing for Valkyrie. That's when I officially met Libby. She's cool though. I think she's awesome. And I like that she really tries to get involved with the females of MMA and really try to promote them. That gives us a lot of exposure, and I think that's great because it's not that we don't get enough. Like we do get a lot of recognition from like you and other pages and stuff, but it's just the female MMA community is just so small in comparison to the actual MMA community that just getting that exposure is just really good.
Yeah, and something I really I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and of course, if you guys do not know, it is Suicide Prevention Month. It's something that we all need to know that whenever you see these ladies go into the cage and fight, they fight more than just the cage. They also fight with a lot of demons that they deal with. So I want to get a chance to ask you this: how much has fighting helped you mentally?
Um, I would never say I've ever had like great mental issues, but
Yeah.
it does keep me sane, I guess you could say. Without, I don't know what I would do without fighting. I've never really thought about it. But I do know there's a lot of, I have, people that I know that do struggle with stuff like that, and fighting is their outlet for getting out of those dark places. But I think and everyone can look at it differently. I just think that's, if that's your outlet and that's something that helps you, then yeah, why not? I feel like it's just something, a lot of people don't do because you gotta it's a big commitment to step in the cage and fight somebody. And it takes a very certain somebody to like want to go in there. It's not like the average Joe's gonna come in the cage and like, hey, I'm gonna put on some gloves, let's go fight. I think it's for certain people do hit a dark point, and this is like their only like chance to like be like, hey, I can get out of it, kind of a thing. um, Sorry, I don't have too much experience on that, but I do, and I can't say I understand totally because that's something really deep with a person that I just can't, mentally grasp like they can.
Yeah, and of course, talking about that one guy who would walk into a bar wearing a tap out shirt, learns a few punches in here and says, "Hey, I'm ready to go fight," and then ends up getting knocked down in like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, that's an average Joe.
Oh, trust me, there's been one too many average shows here and there.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I talked to you about this earlier, and there's one thing I really do admire is how much of a fan your dad has been to you, and how much he's helped you out in your career. So, Dad, if you're watching this, I told her I was going to get a chance to ask you this. So, shout out. Shout out to your dad on this one. But your
Oh,
dad has been by your side throughout this entire journey. He's your strength and conditioning coach. He's helped you out in so many ways. So, how much of an impact has your dad made on you?
Well, aside from the strength and conditioning coach, he is my mental coach. He is my dadager, I guess you could say, manager. He's, my workout buddy. Um, he's the guy that puts up with my bullshit so much. Like, there's just no one in the world, or anyone that I know, not even my own coaches, could be able to like just like get me back in focus. Like, that's the reason he's like in my camps, and he's backstage. He's in my corner. Without him, it would almost be impossible to like step in the cage, because there's been a couple times I've almost talked myself out of something, and he kind of has to like snap me back into gear and be like, hey, you work too hard to like back out all of a sudden. You need to kind of get your ass in there and kind of you know go to work now.
Well, hey, once again, shout out to your dad, because your dad is one of the coolest human beings that we ever get a chance to talk to. So shout out
You
to
wouldn't
him.
be the first to say that. He's made more friends with my friends. They're probably more his friends now, just because of his coolness. And yes, Dad, I used quotes.
Oh my gosh, I can see him being like that one dad who'd like make like a bunch of dad jokes at the gym, and then pretty much embarrass you, but he'll still end up getting the most friends.
I wouldn't say he did. Well, he kind of does the dad jokes. We have different jokes when it comes to the gym. If anything, we're really just making fun of everyone else. But but that's just our relationship. But he can't embarrass me. I mean, he probably can embarrass me more than most people, but because of him, I don't get as embarrassed as much.
That, hey, never know when it comes to your dad for sure. But hey,
Oh
shout
yeah.
out to your pops. But there's something I've always thought about is that you have your second title fight coming up, in November 11th, and one thing I know that as a mother, you want to get a chance to show your little girl that hard work pays off. Dreams do come true. So, what type of example are you trying to show your daughter as you have these big title fights you have coming up?
That as long as you're putting in the work, that anything's possible. And it doesn't have to be fighting related. And I've said that many times through interviews. It's like, if she decided like, she wanted to be a doctor, for example, or whatever she wants to be, ballerina, she could be very girly, or she wants to, do something else. It's the work you put into your dreams that make them more of the reality. So like, like the fights and stuff, I'm going to put in all my effort to make myself better than my opponent or anybody out there that thinks they're working harder. Because they always say it's like the person that thinks, or the person that is working hard enough, never is satisfied with all their hard work, because they want to do more. They want to get better than they were yesterday, you know? And that's what's important to me is I need to be able to realize there's more that can be done than what's already been done.
And I understand that completely, because one thing that I definitely do admire is you're not only a warrior, you're also a strong ass mother that you are. You're an incredible human being, and oh, sorry about that, y'all. I was trying to get to the comments, and we do have a comment. Look who it is.
Oh God, hi Dad. I love you too.
Hey, Eric. Hey, shout out to you, bud. We were just talking about how awesome you are. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's watching this, but hey, shout out to
He
him.
probably put this on from the beginning, so yeah.
Hey, pretty much shout out to him though. At least it's taking time to get to support you and doing
Right?
all your interviews.
Oh, absolutely. No,
Relax a little bit. Hey, relax a little bit. Watch my daughter get a chance to do incredible things. So that's really awesome for him. But the one thing I was trying to say is that you as a mother, as a fighter, as something that you're trying to do, and especially in the MMA world, is really incredible. And one thing I really admire is that the more I get a chance to talk to you, the more I get a chance to watch you grow from everything, the stuff that you've done at Epic Fighting to the big title fight that you had at Valkyrie Fighting, and now you go back to Epic Fighting November 11th for a 155 title fight. How much are you prepared for this fight, and how much training are you going to be able to put into this fight?
Oh, I'm gonna be making all the time for this fight. I mean, I put in a lot of time for my last training too. Um,
Yeah.
with the thing that we messed up on was the weight, with the weight, because the last fight, I was trying to go down a weight class, and unfortunately, it was just one of those kind of failed like weight cuts. And
Yeah.
I take full blame for that. It was just we never really tested the waters with it prior to,
Yeah.
and that kind of mentally. messed with me a little bit. Kind of was like, and that kind of pushed me back. It was like, okay, you messed this up. What else, you messed up, kind of a thing. But like I said, that's in the past. Going forward with this fight, I already know that this is like my weight class, but I know I'm going to be putting in all the effort to be way better than any other fight I've had in the past, from Valkyrie and the other epic events I've had. This one, I'm going to be putting out everything, all my striking, my jiu-jitsu, takedowns. I really want to go full throttle with this.
And I definitely do recognize that. To me, there's something I've always really thought about is like you are currently undefeated at Epic Fighting, and it's always been your home. It seems like it's always been the best place to go to. And if you guys are in the area and never been to an Epic Fighting event, I'm telling you, from someone who watches these fights from an outside point of view, it's incredible. It's really amazing. The atmosphere is electric, and I'm telling you this. So, and the reason why I keep mumbling about this because Fighting is doing so much from you and pretty much where you started, and now this is your chance to get a chance to win a 155 title. How much would it mean for you to get a chance to win a title at the place that you fought the most?
Oh man, I think it'd be everything. That's where I think a lot of my friends and fans and everyone come to watch me more, and especially since it's more of my hometown. I guess I don't live in San Diego. I live in the county, but that's where my whole fighting career started, was at Epic back in 2017. So to be able to win a title there would be, mean everything.
And I say it definitely means a lot. And in case you guys don't know, is that Epic Fighting was pretty much the birth of the Iron Butterfly. It was a start of Laurynn Garcia. I'm telling you guys because when I first met Laurynn, I seen the amount of fights that she's had, and of course her high fiving to her opponents after the fight. And it goes to show there's a lot of memories when it comes to Epic Fighting and Laurynn Garcia. And if you guys have not got a chance to check it out, head on over to the YouTube channel at Epic Fighting and get a chance to watch her fights. Incredible. And of course, I think she even had an interview up there at one point, which was really awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
can't wait. I can't wait to see that. But I also have something I have a little surprise for you. Um,
Okay.
so pretty, so pretty much, not too many people know is like Laurynn Garcia has been a part of the fight now for almost pretty much 2 years now here and there. Pretty much been pretty much this page home for her. And I definitely want to say is that you are definitely killing it. You are incredible and amazing warrior. And I admire you for the strong person that you are. I mean,
Well,
you're
thank
for what
you.
people don't. For what people don't realize is like whenever you see someone fight in the cage as much you have, and you see someone trying to be able to become like role like model like to your family, to your fans, and I know you have a lot of fans that will be behind you on this. So I just want to say I am so proud of you of everything that you have accomplished, the year that you have been having, and just everything that you've been doing is so incredible, and like it makes me want to continue as a person, as an interviewer, just to keep going, to keep my support with you and many of the fighters out there. And I cannot wait for November 11th. I hope I get a chance to be there in person to get a chance to watch this. That would be really epic for sure.
That was awesome. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but one thing I definitely want to say is that I know that you're currently doing or interested in sponsorships, correct? Are you looking for some
Yeah.
sponsorships out there?
I'm currently in the process. I have one other person. I'm working on a spreadsheet right now for my t-shirts and my stuff for where I want to put sponsors. But currently actively looking for sponsors right now. Um, so
Well, if there are any sponsors that are interested and get a chance to sponsor this incredible fighter, make sure you guys do so at Iron Butterfly underscore MMA. This is your perfect opportunity. And another surprise for you is I'm going to be sending you more merchandise from our MMATcodes.com shop.
yeah,
So pretty much after this, I need your address because I'm
yeah,
gonna be sending you some tank tops, a couple of t-shirts, and you best believe that we're gonna be sending to you to get a chance for you to get a chance to represent the fighting now in any way you want to, girl.
absolutely, of course, and I'd be happy to wear the shirts and rep you.
Hey, 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 pretty much the first interview, you pretty much wore our merchandise. So, yeah, it's never too late for you to get a chance to send you some more merchandise, especially
Right?
from MMAtees.com. So, I definitely can't wait for that. And by the way, I understand you have an interview to come up this coming Tuesday with at Brawling Base with Brittany. I'm so excited for that because if you guys don't know, Brawling Babes with Brittany is just so incredible. The way that she is, she's been putting herself out there to get a chance to interview incredible fighters like you, and I cannot wait to get a chance to check that out.
Mhm.
So I know you've been busy as of late, but before we go, is there any final comments, any final thoughts you want to say?
No, just anyone that's been keeping up with my fight career and following me for the past couple years or so in MMA, thank you guys so much for your guys' support. I really appreciate everybody, all my friends, all my teammates at Excel, my family, friends. Y'all know who you are.
Well, hey, as the Fighting Now family, I definitely want to say this though, is that I'm proud of you for not only becoming my best friend, but also becoming, and a role model to so many people who want to, get out of that dark place and say, hey, it's time to fight. It's time to fight so much because you are a fighter yourself. And I pretty much want to give you all the props, all the recognition that you deserve. That's why you've been posted on as many times, and people are like, well, why is it like posting about Laurynn Garcia because she's a badass. She's awesome. Like the more you talk to her, the more of a sweetheart you will see in person. So
Aw.
I'm I'm just so proud of you. I'm just so glad you get a chance to be a part of the page. So glad for our friendship. And of course, I got to do this, but I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy right now.
No, please, no, 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 no. You are
I
definitely worthy.
I did it in the first interview and I'm doing it again, but girl, I'm just so glad that we had this moment to get a chance to talk because I know you got
Absolutely.
so much happening. Maybe for a third interview, but my final question I want to get a chance to ask you is, you've been having an amazing year, a crazy year, but what's something that you're going to look back on for the year of the Iron Butterfly?
Just the experiences from this year, the ups, the downs, especially in MMA and just competition. I think that's where my growth really comes from. And it's really shaped me over this past almost year that's over. So I'm really looking forward to how this ends this year because I know that's what's going to set me up for next year for MMA and all that fun stuff.
Nothing more says, get a chance to end the year off right while going to the Thanksgiving dinner table with the epic 155 title on your
That's
shoulder.
that's one thing I'm excited about too. Is like I don't have to cut during Thanksgiving, so praise Jesus.
Oh
'Cause
man,
yes, I hate cutting weight during holidays and birthdays, and I'm excited that
oh
Thanksgiving is not one I have to miss.
unfortunately it's a Halloween day you might have to miss because where you see so much candy be flying around. And do you ever have a candy craving at one point?
Oh, from the moment I start camp, absolutely. And especially chocolate, like that's a weakness. I can't keep that around the house when I'm cutting weight. It's absolutely it's a big no during cutting.
I'm gonna ask you this, so this is like out of topic. Would it be mean if I just send a picture of me open up a chocolate bar right in front of you? Would it be mean to do
I
that?
think I'd get more of a laugh out of it than anything else. But yeah, as long as it's not like the day before weigh-ins where I'm like really dehydrated, I think we'll be okay.
I'll definitely keep in mind whenever I have my Hershey's or Reese's together for sure. Hey, nothing says you'll get a chance to go to the Thanksgiving dinner at the table with the 155 title. So I hope that is the case for you. I hope that is the case for your family because that'd be really awesome. I cannot wait to see what goes down November 11th, 155 pound title on the line. November 11th, Epic Fighting. Make sure you guys go follow Epic Fighting and of course get a chance to follow Miss Laurynn Garcia. Laurynn, before you go, thank you so much for all that you do. Thanks so much for becoming a phenomenal Iron Butterfly that you are. And just keep on killing it. I cannot wait to get a chance to see how things go for you November 11th.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me again, Jake.
No problem. Hey, we'll talk more after the interview, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, buddy girl.
Bye.
Later. That was Miss Iron Butterfly herself, Laurynn Garcia. It was an incredible interview. As always, might have stuttered a little bit here and there, but of course, we had a phenomenal time. We had a blast, and it was amazing. But, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for us here inside the StreamYard studios. It was fun. It was incredible. We had a great time. So, make sure you guys get a chance to follow us at the Fighting Now. Many more to come, and of course, make sure you guys stay tuned. More interviews to come.